Hey y'all, it's Brandy and welcome back to the Antisocials Library. In case you missed it, I sat in this exact spot right here and did a anticipated horror releases for the rest of 2026. And now I'm about to do the exact same exercise, but with the other genres that I'm interested in. So I have the different genres in 3 different categories that just kind of make the most sense to me. So I have fantasy, historical fiction, literary fiction, and like magical realism as like one category, and then mystery and thrillers. So let's just get into it so we're not sitting here for forever like we were with the horror one. Anyway, let's start with the fantasy. It needs to be known that I am not a fantasy girly quite yet. I'm working my way there. I just don't think that I've fully earned my full rights yet as a fantasy girly. So these are things that I just am kind of interested in and kind of have on my radar, but I'm really looking to you, okay, to let me know what I should and should not read. Okay? But yeah, let's get into it. This one I know a lot of people are really excited about. I'm hoping by the time this comes out, I will also be excited about it because I'm trying to get to the first one. But this is the 3rd book in the Shadow of the Leviathan series. It is A Trade of Blood by Robert Jackson Bennett. It comes out August 4th. This is the Tainted Cup series. And I wanted to read the Tainted Cup solely based off of the cover. Apparently it's also just like really good. So there is that. And I do want to get to this series. It's like a fantasy mystery novel, and I don't really want to go too much into what the 3rd one is about because I haven't read the first one yet, but I am intrigued in the story, and I'm excited that there are already 3 for me to read if I actually do get into it. Okay, on August 4th, we have the 5th Crowns of Nyaxia series coming out, The Lion in the Deathless Dark. I am not caught up with this series yet. I do have them all, and I need to read them. I think the last one that I read, I think I've read the 3rd one. I think that's the one that I'm on right now. This is by Carissa Broadbent and comes out August 4th. It is the 5th one in the series. Crowns of Nyaxia is a vampiric competition fantasy story with a hate-to-love romance, and it is so good. The first one is so good. And even the second one and the little novellas in between are really, really good as well. But I need to get caught up and actually finish this series. I don't know how many there's going to be in the series. I honestly kind of liked it as a duology. I'm sorry. I think that it would have been stronger as a duology, but what do I know? I'm not an author. So this one actually sounds really interesting to me as an ignorant fantasy person, but this is called The Iron Hex by Victoria S. Walsh. It also comes out August 4th. This is the first one in a new trilogy as well called the Iron Hex Trilogy. It says she doesn't remember her past, but some memories come with a cost. And I just think this sounds so interesting. Okay, ready? Ira Eckhart has spent years building a quiet life in a small town at the edge of a recently overthrown kingdom. Her memory is fractured, her past a blur, but with her shop, her loyal rabbit familiar, and practicing only the potions magic still legal under the watchful eye of the Iron Empire, she has managed to remain unnoticed by the Empire's witch hunters. Until Hugo Venton walks through her door. And that's all I'm going to read. That's it. I'm going to leave you with that because I think it sounds so good. I love the cover. We love a redheaded moment, you know? I don't know. I just think that this could work for me. This type of fantasy could work for me, I think. This one is another redheaded moment. It's called Stillborn. It comes out on August 4th as well. It's by Taylor J. LaRue. And honestly, this one has high potential for me. It says, enter a world ruled by tyrants and thieves where magic is outlawed, revolution brews, desire is dangerous, and an impossible cure may prove deadlier than the curse. And you're following Rhea Connery, which, what a badass name is that? And she became the Crimson Dagger, as if she couldn't get more badass. So Rhea Connery is the Crimson Dagger. I'm in love with her already. But she is the most notorious thief in Reterra. There is no honor among thieves. A good blade is key to any negotiation. Only the dead keep secrets, and Rhea has a secret that must be kept at all cost. It sounds good. There is a character called Kaelin, who is an immortal warrior whose magic makes him a valuable target. So we can see the romantasy happening. But what intrigues me about this one in particular is that it is pitched as an epic slow burn enemies to lovers romantasy. Slow burn. Big fan. This one really just sounds really fun and interesting to me as well. It is Mostly Human Resources by Grace Vial. It comes out on August 6th. It says, amongst mountains as old as time, the jackalopes and ghouls are the least of your worries. Working in human resources was not what Alexis had in mind when she joined Entity, the company who categorizes and manage the monsters and cryptids of the world. But after her dad was killed as a warden in the Appalachian Mountains, she was filled with noble ideas of carrying on his legacy from behind the safety of a desk. But when one of her new wardens, Elliot, goes missing, her chances of promotion goes missing too. Determined to find him safe and sound, she marches off into the mountains to find him herself. That just sounds so fun, so cute. It's actually tagged as a fantasy horror romance, so I don't know what that means. Is it horror? Maybe it's horror. Wow, that's even more interesting to me. I love the cover. So now next we have one that I know a lot of people are looking forward to. It is the sequel to The Night and the Moth, The Knave in the Moon by Rachel Gillig. Apparently deemed the Queen of Gothic Romantasy, Rachel Gillig returns with higher stakes, darker mysteries, and deeper longings. I haven't read The Night and the Moth, so I'm not going to read what this synopsis is because I don't want to spoil anything for myself, because I do own The Night and the Moth. But I just wanted to let you know, in case you were curious, that this is coming out on September 1st. So we have a little bit of time, but not that much time to catch up. And I guess this series is called The Stonewater Kingdom. I'm learning as I go. Alright, I know nothing. Next, we have on September 8th, of this year, The Witches of Cambridge by Alice Hoffman. And yes, this is the Alice Hoffman, like from Practical Magic. That one. We are following two brilliant young women in 1950s Cambridge, Massachusetts, as they become immersed in a mysterious secret group of witches at Radcliffe known as the Lilith Society. So it's historical. You know I love a historical setting. It's fantasy, it's witches, it's dark academia, it's paranormal. This really has potential for me. It really does. This is more something that I feel comfortable talking about. And I'm into it. This is another one I'm just kind of throwing out there more so for the sake of other people than for me. But the fourth book in the Kindred's Curse, Burn of the Everflame, comes out on September 8th. That's it. That's all I got. I've not read this series. I know people are in love with it, but I haven't read it. I think it's Spark of the Everflame is the first one. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to get to it. You'll have to let me know. You have to let me know if it's worth it. But it does come out. But the fourth one does come out on September 8th. So this one was a cover pick for me. I was scrolling through looking at new releases and I was like, wait a minute. That cover looks good. It is A Snake Among Swans by Hannah Kaner. It says a dark and propulsive new epic fantasy, an intricate tale of warring kingdoms, female rage, and a wild magic that refuses to be tamed. That sounds good. And this is the same author as the Fallen Gods trilogy. I haven't read that one either. I have the first book of the trilogy. I have it from a Lumicrate, but I never actually got around to it. It's on my 26 books for 2026, I think. I put it there. I honestly can't remember. But this sounds really good, honestly. And I genuinely love the cover. And I think this might be for me as well. We'll see. It says, death is come to take you home. Death of blood and thorn and bone. We love a rhyme. Anyway, maybe I'll read that as well. On September 15th of 2026, we have Bodies of Magic by Freya Marsk. This one, I honestly didn't even read the premise, and I probably am not going to read the premise. I'm just going to read you the initial pitch from USA Today, right? It says, Grey's Anatomy meets a deadly education in this dark academia fantasy from USA Today's best-selling author Freya Marsk. Dark academia Grey's Anatomy, A Deadly Education. I'm in. Okay. I guess I will kind of see what it's about. For your sake. Only for you, though. Only for you. At the Academy of Grand Duchy, every mage with the healer's gift has 5 years to master their power and prepare for the infamous Grand Exam, a 5-day trial whose results will determine their entire future. The list of exam rules includes you will perform 5 practical cases, your exam group is chosen at random, and you pass together or fail together. It does not include, on the first day, your exam group will find a classmate's dead body in the exam hall. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. 5 scholars, 5 secrets, 5 days in which to solve a murder. On September 15th, we have Deadbeat, which is the 3rd book in the Alex Stern series. I did read Ninth House. I have not read the 2nd one yet, but I am so obsessed with these covers that even if I didn't like Ninth House, I would still be trying each of these books. But I did like Ninth House, so we will be reading these next books in the series. But this is the conclusion to the trilogy, and I am stoked to get back in Leigh Bardugo's world. That is for sure. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it this year. I don't know. But it does come out on September 5th. Another one that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to this year, but everyone is so in love with it. And it is the Cursed City, which is the Harker Academy 2 by Kate Golden, and it comes out September 29th. This is the 2nd installment in the Harker Academy series, which is deviant, hunting, dark academia vibes, and whereas a deviant is a demon. So everyone is loving Harker Academy. Everyone's saying really good things about it, and I am excited to get into it. I do own it. Like, I did go and purchase the first book of the series, so I hope I love it as much as everyone else does so that I can get super excited for this September release too. And then of course we have on October 6th, the one everyone again is talking about. It is the year of sequels, I suppose, but we have Victorious, which is the 3rd installment in the Villains series by Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. Triumphant conclusion to the Villains trilogy. I have a confession to make, and I really hope you stick around after I say this. I really hope you don't hold it against me. I've not read Villains. No, I haven't. So, I have barely read any V.E. Schwab, actually. So, once again, I do own the first installment in this series. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But you know what? What's a better time? What's a better time than now to jump on the hype train and get really hyped with everyone else? The last fantasy that I have to talk about is the first book in a new series that John Gwynne is coming out with called the Wolfheart Chronicles. This is called The Wolves of War, and it is coming out November 3rd. This just sounds so good, and the cover looks incredible. Oh my gosh, this cover is incredible. It says, "The wolves of war are baring their fangs. The clans once lived freely, honoring their gods and traditions. Then the northern invaders unleashed a tide of blood and fire. Now the clans are a conquered people." Sometimes the only way through the darkness is to embrace it. It's the only epic fantasy that I think that I can say I'm excited for, because I read and loved The Shadow of the Gods, and now I'm obsessed with John Gwynne. So I am stoked for this one. Okay, those are all of the fantasy novels that I have for the new release. Let's jump right into the contemporary literary fiction. They have decided to mow right now, so I hope you can't hear that. Sorry if you can. But let's just jump right into the literary fiction, the historical fiction, and the magical realism. We'll jump right into the historical fiction because that is my favorite of these 3 categories. Sunrise by Tia Obret. This is coming out August 11th. This is the same author as The Tiger's Wife, which I've not gotten to, but I've heard phenomenal things about. Although it doesn't seem to be having really high reviews thus far. But this is set in 2024, and Nina's small engine plane crashes into a lake in the Wyoming mountains. Her boyfriend Ben, who was flying it, is nowhere to be found. Lost and freezing on the shore, Nina is armed with only a few protein bars, a phone with no service, and a vague hope of rescue. It is up to her to survive the vast wilderness. But then she stumbles upon Sunrise, a town of the Old West that is strangely well maintained, but seemingly abandoned. A place that holds the missing link to a ghost story 100 years in the making. And you're also following a timeline in 2003 and then a timeline in 1902. I'm assuming all to do with this mysterious town. That sounds good. The Pirate Queen by Ariel Lahan. This is expected to come out on September 8th. This is inspired by the real life Grace O'Malley, who was an infamous Irish sea captain and folk heroine who risked everything to protect her people against the powerful Elizabethan regime. What? Come on. So it is following Grace O'Malley. It says she was born at sea, raised alongside her brother and her father, chief of the name of Clan O'Malley. Grace learns early that her dreams of the open water are not compatible with the life she is expected to lead as the daughter of a noble family. Don't you hate that? Hate that. And when her father marries her to the wrong man, a neighboring chief named Denal, Grace's world shifts for the worse. Things fall apart and she becomes a pirate. It sounds good. I've been trying to wait until they stopped mowing, but apparently they're gonna mow for eternity. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Fruit Fly by Josh Silver, and this is expected to come out on August 4th. This one sounds very reminiscent to Yellowface, maybe a little bit, but it says it's a washed-up author will stop at nothing to claw her way back to relevancy, even if it means appropriating a young gay man's tragic story. Oh, yeah, it literally says a razor-sharp satirical thriller, Fruit Fly will appeal to fans of R.F. Kuang's Yellowface. I am definitely intrigued on this one. I will probably be picking this one up for sure. Speaking of R.F. Kuang, I do have her new release expected to come out September 8th, Taipei Story, following a college freshman named Lily Chen, and she is off to spend the summer in Taipei at an intensive language program like so many Chinese American students before her, hoping to connect with the culture she inherited but never fully understood. But a promising start quickly unravels. Her classes are grueling, her roommate is driving her insane, and a reckless trip to the hot springs with a guy she barely knows soon has her classmates viciously gossiping. She feels adrift, a foreigner in a country she thought would feel like home. Then shocking news that Lily's grandfather has passed away. The loss forces her to grapple with now unanswerable questions about her family history. As Lily grieves, she's drawn into a journey of self-discovery, piecing together memories, stories, and silences over a series of hilarious and devastating attempts at connection. Sounds really good. And if there's anything about R.F. Kuang's writing is that I would read any of it. Like, genuinely, R.F. Kuang's writing is phenomenal. So this sounds like it would tear me right up, you know? All right, let's get into the last category so I can stop yapping at ya. This is where I'm going to be the most excited for this video. It is the mystery and thriller categories. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hi, buddy. Ouija's back. Back again. Ouija's back. Tell a friend. Ouija, my love. I'm filming. I'm filming, my love. You're only in the way a little bit. You can't get up there, baby. Hey, you can't. Ouija. Ouija! Okay. Well, in case you were curious, he's now up there. And he almost didn't make it. So that was a close call. Anyway, the thriller that I want to talk about is coming down. One of my most anticipated releases of the entire year. It's the new Riley Sager, The Unknown. Comes out August 4th. This is also the booktube pick for the quarter for Gabby's booktube book club. Just throwing that out there. If you want to read it and chat with us in the comments, I'll be there. I'll be in the comments. Anyway, this is set in 1926. 5 women disappeared from a remote island in Vermont. Now, 100 years later, which is 2026, it's happening again. That's it. That's all I need to know. I don't want to know anything else. I really don't. I read everything Riley Sager writes, so I don't need to know anything else. The next one I have is Freya by Margaret Ann Thors. This is expected to come out on August 4th as well. This one is an unsolved case of a young girl's disappearance reopens after 20 years in this moody atmospheric debut. This is a suspense debut novel set in Reykjavik in Icelandic coast. And that's all I know. And it's a young girl's disappearance and the case reopens after 20 years. I just honestly am here for the setting. I'm really hoping. I've not read a book with this setting before, so I'd like to get to it. Then we have One of the Family by Mark Edwards, also comes out August 4th. This got me once again because of the setting. This is set in the Scottish Highlands. And it's described as Succession, set in the Highlands, where a plot to murder the patriarch's younger fiancé entangles an innocent outsider in a nest of deadly secrets. It says, a week in paradise with the family from hell. I love it. I don't need anything more than this. You're gonna be putting family drama and deadly stakes set in a Scottish Highlands. I'm in. I'm so in. And the next one we have is Heart of Glass by Jennifer Hillier. This is actually the sequel to Wonderland, which is actually a book that I read for the first time this year in January when I went to Universal and read theme park books for my theme park vlog. And that's all I know is it is a sequel to Wonderland. And Wonderland is about a serial killer that, killed people in a serialized manner at a theme park. So maybe this is similar to that. I don't know. Now we are in September. On September 8th, We Already Dug the Grave by Emma C. Wells. This cover is stunning. I love this cover. And it says it's sharp objects with a dash of practical magic. And sharp objects is a favorite of mine. They're using all of the right buzzwords for me. But it's a Southern Gothic thriller with a cool girl edge. I don't know what that means, but I'm here for it. Okay, so I do have a Frida McFadden on this list. And full disclosure, I am not a Frida McFadden girly, and that's okay. I've tried. The Housemaid was fine, and that's about it. Other books that I read by her, I did not like. I did not like the formula that she uses. However, The Witch by Frida McFadden comes out October 6th. This one is a little bit more up my alley. I think I might have to give it a try depending on what the ratings are. Right now, the ratings are incredible, but you can't trust that with Frida McFadden because, God, y'all love Frida McFadden. This is a little bit more spooky, Halloween-y, witchy. It says, when Julia Barlow loses her job and her apartment, she has nowhere left to go but Pemberton, her family's sprawling 17th century estate in Royal Massachusetts. Officially, she's there to check in on her aging grandmother. Unofficially, she's hoping the old house will give her a place to disappear. Instead, Pemberton begins to unravel her. Every night, the grandfather clock stops at approximately 3:41 a.m. The light flickers without warning, and the disembodied voice cries for help outside Julia's bedroom. As Julia digs into the house's dark history, she uncovers the story of a woman executed for witchcraft in 1692 and realizes the past may not be finished with Pembury yet. See, that sounds a little bit more on my alley. Then we have Please Enjoy Your Stay by Tara Gogin. This comes out October 13th. This is set with a true crime podcast, and after I read Listen for the Lie, I am obsessed with that trope, so I'm really hoping that this gives that same vibe as Listen for the Lie. But it says, after a true crime podcast reopens her cousin's murder case, a woman must confront her past at a glamorous European castle turned hotel where she follows a trail of toxic family secrets and deadly lies. So we love the setting, right? An old European castle that's now a hotel. And we love a character that has to confront her past, right? And we love toxic family secrets. So this does have the right buzzwords. I just hope she can mix it all together and give me a really good mystery thriller horror type book. This one is a really cute one. I threw it on here only because it's El Cosimano, but this is Home for the Homicides by El Cosimano and Hannah Morrissey. I don't know Hannah Morrissey, but El Cosimano is the author of Finley Donovan is Killing It, which I honestly gave up on that series. I think it went on a little too long, but the first three I liked. The first one I loved. The second one and the third one I thought were just okay, and I ended up... Okay, yeah, sorry. So I just realized mid-sentence that my mic wasn't working, and I don't know how long it wasn't working, so... Whoops-a-daisies. But anyway, El Cosmeno, I liked Finley Donovan, so I thought this would be really cute for a Christmassy book, but it is... 'Tis the season for murder, and that's really all I need to know. And my last one that I have to talk about is Possession Island by Sarah McCarry. This is shelved as both horror and thriller, but I think it leans a little bit more on the thriller side, but it has potential. It definitely has potential. But this comes out December 1st. Women bite back in this queer gothic thriller, perfect for fans of Interview with a Vampire and plain bad heroines. The buzzwords. The buzzwords are buzzing. I guess there is an island called Possession Island. It's remote Pacific Northwest setting, and it is the setting of her late mother's wildly popular vampire novel. When Angela returns home from college and her estranged best friend Mo is murdered, she's forced to reckon with yet another loss and finds herself in the crosshairs of the bungled police investigation. I mean, that sounds good. It definitely has potential. The cover is okay. I've seen better covers, but I don't hate it. You know what I mean? But anyway, those are all of the books that I am excited for that are coming out at the end of this year. I know it was a lot. Thanks for sticking with me. If you've made it this far, put the island emoji for Possession Island, or like a tree or coconut or something islandy. A boat, you know, something like that. Anyway, let me know if you are planning on reading any of these books, or if there are any other releases that you are looking forward to in any of these genres. Like, please let me know. And let me know horror too. There is a separate video for that, which we'll have linked down below, but still, let me know, because your girl needs all of the good recommendations. All of them. She needs them all. She needs to hurt her bank account. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me while I sit here and yap about books. I really appreciate it. And of course, I love having you all here with me. But just remember to hit like and subscribe down below, and you can hit that little notification bell so you get notified the next time that I post. And just remember to read well and rest well. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.